So this time I decided to do something a little bit different. I got off of work and instead of going around Manhattan, I just decided to jump on the train, go to Queens and get off in, I don't know, any random stop. So I decided to get off in Court Square to explore around the neighborhood, something different, you know, outside Manhattan. And I just got off the stop. I'm only like a block away and I already like what I see. Like some parts have like a mix of neighborhood, like old buildings like this, apartments. Then the subway train's right on top of me, like the bridge over here. Then in other areas they got like condos, so it makes it pretty interesting. So walking around this neighborhood gives me a feel like I'm in Brooklyn or somewhere uptown. And like a few blocks down I saw they were filming something. I guess it was like a movie or something like that. So yeah, it was being pretty interesting. So yeah, like the neighborhood, like I said, it's pretty mixed. Like this is like a quiet street, but then like a little further, they got like some skyscrapers. So it kind of reminds me like if I'm in Manhattan. So I'm gonna walk around that spot and check out what this neighborhood has to offer. So one funny thing is starting to rain a little bit, but I hope it doesn't go like harder and it stops a little bit. And I'm right in front of this tall building over here, which I've seen this building many times from the Manhattan side. Like this is like the tallest building in Queens, I believe. And I think it's a hospital, I'm not sure, but this is the first time like I'm right in front of the building, so I'm gonna walk a little forward. This must be like a new downtown area. This is the Long Island City, but like they're building so many skyscrapers, like condos and everything. I guess the neighborhood is changing a lot, so. But it's always cool to explore around, you know, different places in New York City, because this city is so huge. I believe this building right behind me is like a courthouse. I already see it clearly, like a small courthouse. And then if I turn to my background, I guess you feel like if you're in Manhattan, like the skyscrapers over there. And like a little behind it, they're developing more buildings. So yeah, it feels like you're in Manhattan, but this is actually Queens. And I think like a couple years ago, this didn't have too many skyscrapers, like only like this tall building behind me. But now, like as I walk a little forward, I see more and more, you know, development going on. And yeah, a lot of neighborhoods in New York is going for this, like Bronx, Brooklyn, and Queens, so it's still fun to explore around, you know. So it turns out that giant building that I was showing is not a hospital, it's actually the Citibank headquarters, so I never knew it was here in New York, so now I know. No wonder why they got the Citi Field Stadium, which is the Mets baseball stadium, which is not, well, if you take the 7 train, not before the last stop, that's where you get off to watch the Mets game, so pretty cool. So one funny thing is that a couple of years ago, I came right in this block. I remember now, like that building right behind me that says like sculpture, that's like an art center, and a lot has going on here. Like now I'm looking, there's like a lot of condos right behind me. Like over here to this side, there's like a new tall building, a condo. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of when I was in Asia, like they got condos like this. That's an example of so much development going on over here. And if you look at my background, there's like more condos right there. So it's like a brand new downtown happening around in Queens. So far, I'm having a really good time. And I'm so happy that I came here outside Manhattan to explore. So for you guys that come to New York City, it's always good to explore outside Manhattan because there's a lot to offer around each 5 boroughs in New York City. This is one example I'm trying to say. Look at the buildings that they're building right behind me. And I just discovered right behind me, that's like a hostel, like a famous hostel, which is pretty cheap. I think like $100 or even less, which I knew a lot of people that come to Queens to stay in the hostels, so now I know exactly where it is. I gotta tell you, I'm in New York City, but I really feel like I'm in another city. Like, it's crazy, you know, how diverse the city is, and when you go to a different neighborhood, it's so different from each other. But I think this is what makes New York City so special, like the varieties. Like, it got everything, the old, the good, the bad. Like, there's always something for everybody to explore. Hear that? Typical subway train. interesting, you know, something like unique and different. So yeah, pretty cool. And I'm glad that I came here to Court Square. But right now I'm in Queens Plaza, but it's not far from the Court Square, and the subway train's right there, the E train, so I might hop in it and go back home. So I'm gonna end this vlog right here in Queens, and I hope you guys do enjoy this little tour around Court Square. You know, I love exploring neighborhoods around New York City. So stay tuned for more. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, click the bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a new video, and I'll catch you guys later. So peace.